Hey everyone, so this is going to be my recap for Glee Season 3, Episode 16, Saturday Night Glee-ver. Do not mind what I look like. I look so disgusting. And I had planned to do this, today I was in the middle of typing up the recap, and then the stupid tornado siren goes off, so I found out it was just a test, but I went to the basement and I couldn't type, so yeah, this is up kind of late, but I didn't feel like doing it yesterday either, so whatever. Alright. Recap time. Okay. You should be dancing with Blaine, Mike, and Britt. I liked Blaine's falsetto. It was very, very good. I think Darren does a very good a job at that, and Darren really kept up with Harry and Heather, I think, with them dancing. It was very impressive. The song was cheesy, but that's disco for you, and a very sassy Blaine indeed. Very, very gay, just loving it. And Blaine's splits in the air were also very impressive. I bet Kurt enjoyed that very, very much, and they're both very flexible. Blaine loves disco. He's very excited for the week, and the others not so much, because disco sucks. Will thinks that Disco Week will inspire the seniors who don't have a dream to find one by having another competition for some swag, for a white polyester suit from Saturday Night Fever that Kurt very much wants. Finn, who has talent but has no self-esteem, Mercedes, who doesn't have the vision for her talent, and Santana, who has the ambition but has no focus. Santana wants to be famous. That's all she wants to be. Doesn't care about college. Wade Adams meets Kurt and Mercedes, their biggest fan. He aspires to be like them. He wants advice if he should perform at regionals as his alter ego Unique, a woman with a dress and heels. If Kurt and Mercedes had a love child, it would be Unique. He's in vocal adrenaline, and Jesse St. James is back as their coach. So he asks for advice about if he should perform as Unique, because he feels like they're good at giving advice when it comes to that, because maybe they can relate or, want to accomplish their dreams. The New Directions perform Night Fever, which I always thought was Kurt in the song, but ended up being Will and Joe, and I guess a little bit of Blaine. So I was very disappointed in that. I think Joe sounded great, but it creeped me out if that was Will singing the high part, so I kind of hoping it wasn't. But everyone got to show off their dance moves. Kurt and his cartwheel, and oh my god, Finn was the best. I was crying. He just kept doing it's for 10 minutes straight, and everybody's looking at him okay, you can stop now. He's just and Finn and Mercedes and Santana find out the competition is rigged after they three are picked, and they want to prove to Mr. Shu that they do have dreams, especially Mercedes and Santana. Mercedes performs Disco Inferno. It looks very beautiful. Mercedes' dream is to be like famous divas, to sing a #1 hits and to inspire people. Mercedes doesn't know what to do or where to start. I feel like I'm the same with Mercedes sometimes, because where I had big dreams, where is there to even go and where to start? How do you get to that point when so many people want the same dream? At one point I did, obviously, I didn't want to be an actor or, performer of such, but honestly, I don't have the talent or the courage or the self-esteem enough to do that, and plus I don't think I'm really. And when there's a ton more people who have, better talent than you and are much better than you, or you think they're better, and you're just wow, there's much more people fighting for the same thing, maybe it's not even worth the fight. It's scary to think about, especially there's so many talented people out there you think that are better. And then the moving to the whole new city is also scary. I'm not big on change, so that's why I never move. Also, her family thinks her dream is unrealistic. She doesn't think she's good enough to be better than everyone else, that she doesn't really have the support. But Sam disagrees, and he puts her performance on YouTube and it gets positive responses. Mercedes is shocked, but so grateful, and she can't help but kiss Sam. Finn and Rachel are still fighting. Rachel refuses to talk to him because he called her spoiled. I like Kurt's quote, "That's a great way to start a marriage," and I'll get more into the Finchel stuff later. Puck is scared to go to California alone, but Finn still has no idea what he wants to do. Puck wants Finn to make it as big as he is. He owes it to himself as well as Puck. I was so happy for the Kurt Sadie's friendship back. They're like my favorite friendship besides Fert and Blaine Tana. Like they're probably my second favorite friendship, or maybe my first favorite friendship on the show. They are my favorite. I missed them from season 1 and barely parts of season 2. So I was so excited. Sue tells them wants them to tell Wade to go out and perform as Unique to sabotage their performance based on the audience reactions to a man dressing up as a woman in Ohio. Kurt is really digging those heels, by the way. He's like, where'd you get those? If I Can't Have You is like the song I listen to the most now. Santana looked amazing in that skin tight jumpsuit thing. If you look in the very beginning, you can see, I think it's Kevin, but obviously it's Artie playing, Artie, but you can see him, he's like this, and then he catches himself. It's like, because he's like, Santana or Nia looks so good in that. You can see like her tummy, and she's just so skin tight. And she looked good, and she sounded amazing. It had great context to that Santana loves Britney, but she also has a dream to be famous, and the song is about how she can't live without fame. She'll do whatever it takes to get to it. Santana is sure she will be famous where she needs to be with no struggle, which results in Britney releasing a sex tape of her and Santana. Also cuts to Lord Tubington doing household chores. My sister's like, we have to get our cat dressed up as that because we need to teach him how to do that. Oh my god, he put the plates away and he was dusting and washing the floor. Oh my god. But Santana isn't, and let me tell you, that's the best sex tape ever. Like, I would love to watch that whole thing. Santana is embarrassed, but Britney keeps suggesting her ideas to get her famous on reality shows. Lord Tubington, also Homeless Brett is back. Those are the 2 best characters on Glee. I'm just saying. We need more of them. Especially Brett, because I love you, Santana Lopez. Rachel gets Finn to talk to her by singing a song to him, but also Rachel thinks if Finn doesn't want to go to New York, then they won't go together. That they should look into his dreams as well, not just hers. At least she's being a little selfish, but I feel like she doesn't have to throw away her dream just because he doesn't know his. She wants to give Finn an equal shot to figure out his dream. She sings How Deep Is Your Love to prove how much she loves Finn. It was sweet, it was, and I think the way that they act together, especially alone, I think it's adorable. I like Finn and Rachel, but I'll get more into it near the end. Finn and Rachel go to Emma to get applications for schools, but Finn only does it to please Rachel. He just throws them all the applications away. Will knows Finn was just pretending for Rachel. Finn doesn't think he's qualified for anything, but he still isn't good enough. He doesn't have a dream. He doesn't want to grow up and move on because he's scared. He wants time to stop. He wants to be young forever, and that is one of my biggest fears too. I had a huge fear, and I still do, of growing up. I'm 19 years old. I'm not in college. I don't have a job anymore. I'm still stuck in this rut. Where it's hard to find something you're good at. Honestly, I have no idea what I want to do. There's ideas and here and there, but is this something I want to do for the rest of my life? And yes, I can change what I want to do in the future, but it's still freaking scary. And to think about growing up and moving on, being an adult, it's terrifying. So, I feel like that is like the biggest spirit animal, GPOY, that is me right there. I'm scared of growing old, of getting old, of moving on, of trying to adapt to being an adult, and that just terrifies me. So I honestly understood what Finn was coming from with that. Will thinks he knows what Finn wants for his life. He's just scared to say it out loud. He has Finn watch Saturday Night Fever so he can show him how it looks for someone to find their dreams even when everyone tells them it's impossible. And I love this quote from him. You can do anything you want to. It's not the broken dreams that break us. It's the ones who didn't dare to dream. It's the ones we didn't dare to dream. I thought that was a great scene. I thought Corey did a wonderful job. Matt did a wonderful job. It was a wonderful message. Especially opened my eyes to many things. Maybe someday I'll find my dream too. And alright. Kurt and Mercedes go to Carmel High to make sure that Wade doesn't perform as Unique. They feel guilty about going along with Sue's plan and wanting to sabotage him, but Wade refuses to not do the performance as a man. He was shocked that even Kurt wouldn't understand that he can't express who he is and how he identifies himself as a woman. This part confused me. Maybe I don't understand transgender, the whole community and whatnot, but I thought Wade was hiding who he really is, but always thought Wade wanted to dress up as a woman, but they should have been more clear on it. I think that there's a difference between transgender and then like a cross-dresser or someone who just does drag, because with someone who does drag isn't always in drag. They don't identify themselves. They just like to maybe sometimes perform as that. I don't understand. See, I don't know, because I'm not a transgender and I don't really know people who are. And so this is where, I mean, if you could, make this clear for me. With Wade, I thought he just liked to have a personality where he wishes he was this person. I didn't think that he identified himself as a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was just a performance he liked to do, not that was who he really was. I think that's great that they finally did that on Glee, where they can finally mix up the community and give a different message, because honestly, they've never tackled a storyline like that. And it's very important because they have, gays and lesbians, and I feel like they needed to tackle that, and they did. They finally did. But it was still a little confusing for someone, because I didn't understand if it was he wanted to be a woman or he just like dressing up as a woman because it made him confident. But either way, I'm glad that he did perform as Unique, and he performs Boogie Shoes, and Jesse has no idea, and he's outraged, and he tells Wade to get off the stage, but Unique's like, bye. And he performs flawlessly, winning the crowd over. He is definitely the love child of Kurt Mercedes, and I think he did wonderful. I always thought Alex had a beautiful voice when he was on the Glee project. I love watching his performance, listening to his voice, because I'm a huge fan of Kurt's voice, because a man that sounds, like a not falsetto, like soprano or countertenor, that kind of way, but he also has the soul, and he could, shout like Mercedes. So I love that those two voices came together. I always liked Alex's voice, so I was really happy to see how wonderful he did. His heels were bigger than most of the girl, like all the girl performers in that whole thing. So I was like, damn boy, you getting it. And yeah, so we'll probably see Wade again at Nationals, because Alex gets 2 episodes, and that's probably his 2nd episode. Nationals only have to tackle with Vocal Adrenaline again. I don't know what we'll see with Jesse. They didn't mention anything going back to Rachel or going back to McKinley to see them, so I doubt he will. We won't see him till Nationals, because he'll be a threat if they're both up for Nationals if they went through. So the couples in New Directions perform More Than a Woman. Klaine, Tyke, Britannia, and Finchel, my favorites. Canon relationships, the ones that are actually on the show, and Sam Sadie's, but I think Finn's voice was okay. He's not the best for a falsetto, but Kurt's background vocals definitely helped the song more and more, supporting it. I just love Kurt's voice, and I to even hear a little bit of the song with him in it, I was just like, this is good. So Klaine was adorable. Kurt as the lead, and dipping Blaine, and the spin, they're all spinning their partners around. That was so awesome. It was just perfect. And the girls looked especially beautiful, and Kurt's season 1 hairdo was back, and he looked so cute. They're just so cute. It was a cute moment for all 4 of couples. I just thought it was flawless. Finn tells Rachel what he wants to do next year. He wants to go to New York with Rachel, and he wants to be an actor. It's his dream, and he's not scared anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I seriously wish that Finn still would have went to California. I don't know. I feel like I never would have thought that his dream was to be an actor. Like, maybe a singer or, like, something, but an actor, I didn't, I kind of wish that they went their separate ways and maybe met each other some other point in time in the future. I feel like they need to realize that they're so young and don't need to be so tied down, and they need to just, they have 2 separate dreams, and they need to go both focus on their own dreams, not try to change each other's dreams for each other to be together forever. I feel like they could have just done that, and then they would have been problem solved. They would have both figured out their dreams. But if, Finn's dream is to go to New York, then I guess that's fine too. But a part of me still wishes he went to California, and yes, I still ship Finchel, but they're just kind of annoying after a while. Kurt and Mercedes are shocked that Unique pulled off their performance, but sometimes you have to take risk in order to accomplish your dreams. And I also liked when Kurt sees Sam walking towards them, and he just immediately turns around, he's like, gotta go, and Mercedes like, what the hell? Sue is disappointed in how Santana doesn't care about how she gets famous, but soon Santana realizes what is it as well, and she's embarrassed from the whole sex tape scandal. Santana realizes she wants to do something with her life, and she wants to go to college. She gets accepted into the University of Louisville. That's in Louisville, Brittany confirms. With a full scholarship, and Brittany thought of it. It was a great idea. Santana loves Brittany so much, and she is so grateful for that she has someone who believes in her and supports her 100%. This is when I started to ship Brittana more again, because I can see Britt really does care for and is in the right frame of mind for Santana. I said this before, I don't think that, that she really gets it, that Brittany really gets the relationship. She's just so, lost in her head, but I think she really does care for Santana, and this just really proved it for me. So I really like that scene a lot. Finn, Mercedes, and Santana all win the competition for the white suits, and they strut down the hallways feeling like $1,000,000. Santana's hair porn though, oh my god, did you see her hair like walking down the hallway? Like, yes. And they all end up having suits and staying alive, and they all look great. They also have their gold chains as well. We all know what it does to me with Kurt in a suit. Whenever he's in a suit, I'm just like, oh my god, praise Jesus. Let me say, Kurt looked fucking gorgeous this whole episode, especially in the scenes with Mercedes. Like, oh my god, that boy is gorgeous. Holy fuck, he's beautiful. Like, I was just like staring, I was like drooling. I was like, oh my god. Also, where the hell was Quinn for most of the episode? Like, she wasn't even in the Staying Alive, and then Rory and Sugar weren't even there at all, so we don't know. The verdict disco wasn't too bad. I listened to some of the songs still. I thought they were enjoyable. They wasn't as bad as the Spanish teacher episode. Next week is the Whitney episode, and they also released How Will I Know? And it was a slowed-down version. It was gorgeous. Mercedes, Santana, Kurt, and Rachel sounded amazing and looked it too. I'll put the link in the description below. Oh my god, just like, it's so good. It's fucking amazing. I didn't think I would like the slowdown versions because they kind of ruined the girls just want to have fun, but it was really good. Also, Blaine and Kurt also get a solo next week. Spoilers, Blaine sings It's Not Right, but it's okay because him and Kurt are having relationship problems, most likely involving Niata. Emma suggests couples counseling, and Kurt sings Blaine a love song. Not sure which one it is yet, but tomorrow's first listen Friday, so we'll find out soon. So, I want to dance with somebody. I know that's Brittana. I want to feel the heat with somebody. I think this is going to be a great episode. I like Whitney's music. I was never really into it because, I really grew up around any music that was older, but I really like her music. I still listen to it sometimes. I think this is going to be a great episode. Some people aren't excited for another tribute episode, but I think I will really like it, and I'm excited for some Kurt and Blaine drama. I feel like they so belong together, but they never get to show it. We never see them arguing or, talking about New York, because Blaine's still going to be in Lima while Kurt's in New York, so, they need to tackle that. They need to bring it up, so I'm excited that they finally are. Oh, I don't even care if it's drama. I want some tears and some heartbreak, but eventually, finally Kurt sings to Blaine, and we finally get to see the love being reunited and have hot, beautiful sex. So, that is my recap for Saturday Night Glee-ver, and follow me on my Tumblr, lionkurt.tumblr.com. Thank you for watching, subscribing. Go check out the 7 Awesome Nerds. We are back. And, yeah. So I'll see you next week for Whitney.